cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. It's time again.
What up, y'all? You tuned in to the 52 Scott Podcast. This is Music Monday, and I'm your host, Slash. And with me, I got Comedian 96, K Money, Freddie G. Together, we are the Mind of Men. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast. On Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. All right, welcome back to another Music Monday. Got another great topic for you today, of course. It saddens me to say that we have to give our condolences to Dwayne Wiggins of Tony. He passed on last Friday from a battle with cancer, of course. Now, Dwayne Wiggins is the brother of Raphael Sadiq, which his name is Charles Wiggins. And then the third member of Tony was Timothy Christian Riley. So the three of them were Tony. They had some big songs. Actually, Wiggins played the guitar in the group. You know, if you remember a lot of the guitar riffs and stuff, he was actually the one doing it. Remember It Never Rains in Southern California?
Yeah, that
man,
was
I mean, they was pretty big on the R&B charts back in those days. You know, they was one of the groups we could put in the deck and listen to the whole album.
Yep.
Tony was it, man. They had a host of jams, man, but condolences out to the Wiggins family.
Damn, I hadn't even heard that, bro.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just all of a sudden now. He was, 63 years old, if I'm not mistaken? About 63?
Yeah, 62, 63, something like that.
So, but, you know, cancer, man, is serious, bro. It's a lot of different types of cancers, you know, that's affecting a lot of the black community, you know.
Sure.
Most of us are leaving before 70 years old.
Yes.
You know, just within the last couple of weeks, you know, every Monday I pretty much come on. It's somebody just passed, you know, and we give our condolences to, but
Facts.
a lot of them have been under 70-something years old.
Musicians,
Yep. You know, but again, that's life, you know, but our condolences out to them. So what I really want to talk about today, since we're talking about male group, I want to talk about male solo R&B singers that's from the 2020 and up, not necessarily the 70s or 80s, what we normally talk about, but I got my own set of 5 out of the ones that started in the 2000s and up, you know. But first on my list, I would have to say it's gonna be Chris Brown. You know, his single did it for me when he did that Run It.
Yeah.
Hey, that was it.
Yep.
And immediately he climbed to the top with a song like that. But Chris Brown, I'm gonna say, and this not in no specific order, but I gotta mention Chris first.
Well, I'm gonna put him in order, and that's my number one right there.
Chris
dog.
Brown.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I mean, he got it. He got the dancing, the singing, the vocals, you know, and he raw.
I always tell people this. I say, if he hadn't had the incident with Rihanna, I think he would have been the new Michael Jackson.
Man, let me say something. A lot of people forgot about that Rihanna thing.
I know.
Think about it.
I think he
that didn't harm his career in a manner to where
halted it for a little while because the people were backing up, walking sideways.
Yeah, but
had it not happened, I think he would have been the new Michael Jackson. I think.
I think he still got his just dues. I mean, his popularity.
Yeah, he did.
The money, the record sales. I think it's all. I don't think it. Other than him having to do what he did, a little probation or whatever. You know, I don't think it stained his career at all.
No, it didn't stain it. It just, I think some women it rubbed the wrong way, and it was for a period of time. It didn't last long. I get that, but it's a blemish that people always
right, and I totally understand what
that's
you're
all I'm
saying. I totally get it. Next, after Chris Brown, I'ma say Lucky Day.
Who?
Yeah,
Lucky Day.
that's a good one.
Lucky Day is from New Orleans, and he been in the game for a minute. You know.
We skipping Usher.
Now we not skipping. It's just my personal
Okay.
file.
Yeah, it's not a particular list. He said.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's not
this
a
is
certain
yours.
order.
Okay.
I'm just the first ones I'm talking about are my 5
Your
on my
5,
list.
okay.
It's what I like.
Okay.
You know. So I'm saying Lucky Day, and Lucky Day been around for a minute, doing background vocals and receiving songwriting credits for a lot of top R&B stars.
You think he underrated?
I think he's very underrated.
Yeah,
bro.
I agree, man. Because you don't hear enough of him, and he's a very talented young brother.
Yes, he is. And then when I listen to his music, what I'm listening to is the way that he's putting the songs together as far as his harmonies, where he's putting harmonies, how he's building and changing the song with his vocal, ability. It's a lot of artists that can do it, but it's a lot of artists that can't do it. So with him being as vocal as he is, I think he's really doing a good job for me to put him, right there, to say his name second, rather, Third, I'm going to say Ty Dolla $ign. And the reason why I'm going to say that is because he's got the more hood feel to the music. Although he's R&B, he still got that raspy voice that makes it a little more rugged, which in a lot of men, and I'm not to put him next to a person, but who had a rugged voice that was really, really good back in the era was Jaheim. Okay, so Ty Dolla $ign I kind of put in that same era, not to say he has deep, but he's got that raspy, raspy soul vocal sound. And that's what I like about Ty Dolla $ign. He done a lot of songs. Well, I know he done a couple of songs with the girl. I can't think of her name. Not her, but the other one.
He did one with what's his Tank.
No, not Tank. It's the girl. He done a song that she been hot for a while. I can't think of her
Not
name.
SZA,
right now.
huh?
Not SZA. The other one. Oh man, I can't think of her name. And she hot. She fire. And I'm tripping.
Jasmine?
No.
Money Long.
No. Y'all hitting on some good ones though.
I
But no, everybody's bouncing
Summer
over this
Walker.
girl. No, not Summer. Damn, I can't think of her name, bro. Why I can't think of her name? Y'all said everybody but her.
The little girl. She's little.
The little bright chick.
I
What's
know
her
who
name?
you talking about. She sings. God, dog. I was just listening to her song.
Yeah, he did
She
a
did
nice
the-
song
yeah.
with her.
She has like a Japanese name.
Janae Aiko?
Janae. No. Oh.
Man, y'all bouncing all around. I'm gonna find out and I'm gonna come back to it. So the next person I'm gonna give a little prop to of my favorite 5 would be Daniel Caesar. Daniel Caesar got a nice voice.
Yeah, you should have. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what I think about Daniel Caesar, he done a song with Brandy. I don't know if you familiar with
I've
him.
heard it.
Hey.
He have you heard the one he done with her?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I may have.
Yes, you have. I know
would
you have.
to-
That was the
I
first
may
one.
have.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I like is the same thing. His arrangement.
Yeah, the one is his brown eyes and his
Yeah.
brown eyes.
Yeah. The way he arranged songs, man, is really, that's what I listen to, and this is why I'm giving these people the credit they have, not because they just great singers, but the way they arrange the music at the same time. They really have an idea of what's going on when others don't. So the next one, and this would make 5 for me, and after this, whatever y'all come up to the table with, that's fine, and we'll go over a couple more. But y'all familiar with what's his name, Giveon?
No.
Never heard of it.
Say it again.
Is it Giveon?
I think I know who you're talking about, bro. I'm just not 100% sure on it.
These are all new school artists.
That's why I said 2000s and up, bro. I didn't say, I
But
said
it's
not our
so
70s,
many
80s.
that's- I think that were missed.
I can't believe that you don't know who that is. What he got the song called Heartbreak Anniversary. In 2020, that's what he dropped. Heartbreak Anniversary. But he gained a lot of attention in 2019 when he released Like I Want You. I can't believe y'all don't know what these songs are. Anyway, after the show, y'all go check him out
I
and
will.
listen to him. The dude, he raw, and he's kind of a monotone singer. He don't have a lot of range, and he don't hit high notes, and he don't do all that. He stay in the pocket where he know he fit in, and he makes it sound good. You know, that's what I like about him. But that's number 5 for me. I like the way he arranges his songs. I like how he put his songs together. The production to his songs makes sense with what he's doing. So I give a shout out to him, man, on that one. But there's so many others. Those are just the ones that, you know, I want to start with as my top 5.
So I can I give you my top?
Yeah, shoot.
Okay, Chris Brown, I totally agree with. Usher for me would be next.
Okay.
Then I would go Anthony Hamilton,
Okay.
Daniel Caesar,
Okay.
and then Tank. Those would be my top 5.
That's not a bad top 5.
2000 and
What
up.
about Eric Bellinger?
I don't know him.
He did a song with Chris Brown. But
See,
you gotta listen to the
gotta
newer.
listen to other. Well, Daniel Caesar was like my. He just came out of nowhere. He was one of my. I'm like, who is this guy? All right, let me throw him in the mix.
So let me show you what I'm really trying to do.
Yeah.
Show the difference in the age differences.
Oh, gotcha.
Because the people that I'm mentioning, you wouldn't listen to because they're not in your age bracket. They're in a younger age
They're in
bracket.
the younger age.
But this is what's hot in the younger age bracket.
Gotcha.
Not for us, because we're going to listen to some Maze.
You're right. Yeah.
So that's why he put a cap on the year.
I did. All these
from
was
2000.
These all were 2000.
And,
everybody
Anthony
named.
Hamilton
Was about
was
2000.
Yeah, he 2000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he 2000.
but who do you think was singing them hooks on the Roots and Tupac song? That was
Oh, yeah.
Anthony
That was
Hamilton.
Anthony
That
Hamilton.
was in the 90s.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. See, that I didn't know. You just schooled
Yeah.
me on something. I didn't know.
Yeah, so he's been
Yeah.
around before 2000.
Because I want to
Yeah.
name John Legend, but I know he been doing stuff since the 80s and 90s.
Nah, he ain't been since no 80s, man.
Well, he was.
He's
I'm
not
sorry,
even
he
90s.
wrote- I'm sorry,
He's not
90s.
even
He
90s.
wrote
2000. He's 2000.
He's 2000.
John Legend 2000.
Yes, he
no,
is.
but he was writing. He was writing.
Who he was writing for?
He wrote for Mary J.
What song?
I'm trying to think. I can't remember the name, but I know it's a lot of people he wrote for that I didn't know. Oh, Luther. Luther was.
What song he wrote for Luther?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you,
on,
man, wrote for people
How
before.
old do you think John Legend is?
Yeah, I can't
John's
believe he
old.
wrote for Luther.
John is not that
Man.
old,
Oh,
brother.
he's in order.
Is he older than you?
No.
So you
about
think
it.
he
Not
wrote
Luther.
for
I'm
Luther?
sorry, not Luther.
What the
No,
hell are
I'm
you
sorry.
talking-
No, I got that backwards,
Hey,
y'all.
hey, just stop.
Yeah,
just
let me stop, y'all.
Alright.
Yeah. Scratch
So let's
that.
talk about another New Orleans native, Louisiana native. Let me say that, August Alsina.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he was hot for a brief period of time around mid 2010s. He had some songs that was pretty jamming, and actually, he used to do some recording out here with a guy that I know that has a studio. He used to do a lot of recording over there, but I guess his label ended up moving him out towards California because didn't he get involved with?
Jace.
Yeah, so allegedly involved with Jada Pinkett.
That wasn't no
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
It's all she admitted it. They
Yeah.
all,
Okay,
It was an entanglement.
yeah, he was in
Entanglement.
entanglement. August Alsina, but he had a couple of hits. He's still on the scene a little bit. I don't know if he doing a whole lot. Now this one dude I didn't mention, but I love him.
Who?
Everything he do is jamming. Mario.
Yeah, I was
Oh, yeah.
wondering why you
That
didn't
was-
mention
I
him
thought he
earlier. I was
was
going to mention
night
Mario.
early.
Yeah, Mario 5.
Late 90s.
Yeah, Mario 5.
He
man.
not late 90s? No, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, he fired. I thought he was late 90s, 98, 99.
Now 2000s, the early 2000s. That's what we talking about. We not in the
I
90s.
know that.
You was in the 90s.
I thought he was late 90s is what I'm saying.
Okay.
98, 99. when
He
came
could have
out.
been late 90s.
That's what I
but
thought. He came out late 90s. Mario, because he was.
I remember
in
his
the
first
era
album. I
with
just
the-
don't. I'm not saying. I'm not. It could have possibly been the late 90s. I'm not 100% sure, but it was around that time.
I know
early
you born
2000s.
love. Jacquez.
Jacquez. Now,
Just-
that was 2000. Yeah.
Wasn't he signed to what is he on Cash Money?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was on Cash Money Records, but he had a big song came out, and I mean, I liked the song when it first came out. I think what happened, because to what it sounded like to me, is that was one of those songs that took off big in the strip club. You know, if you got the right song, the strip
clubs, yeah.
You got the right strip song, it's gonna take off because the women gonna put it there.
Yeah.
You know, that was, in actuality, that was one of the main promotional things in music, was to go to the strip club and make the women dance to your song.
Damn.
That's when you was getting play. You of course you pay the chick, hey, this the song, you come out, you dance to this. Or you can stand out there and drop all you want if you want.
So
either
let
way.
me ask you. So when you're thinking of your guys, just so I'm clear, you're looking for like 2000 and above, when around about that time when they dropped. Is age a factor in there? Or let's say you're an older guy, hypothetical. Let's say you're a guy that's 35, 40 years old, and you finally hit it big in 2000.
No, I don't
Can
care
they be
what
classified?
age. As long as they came out in the 2000s,
and
yeah,
above.
it don't
Okay,
matter
I
what
got you.
age,
I got
because
you.
it was a lot of great singers, you know, and I'm just going through a list of a few.
I haven't. I'm waiting for you to, because I have like 4.
Oh, it's a lot. I mean, you can mention them.
So no particular order, but one of them is Neo.
Yeah, Neo.
Oh,
Neo
man,
was a
yeah,
writer
you ain't
and
lying.
wrote a lot of big
Neo.
songs.
Yep.
Him and Dream both.
Dream.
I don't know if y'all was gonna mention Dream, but yeah, Dream also, and Neo.
And another one I have is Life Jennings.
Yeah, Life Jennings. Now,
That was
Was
Apollo
he-
era. That was in
That's
the
true.
90s.
No, it wasn't.
he did Apollo, didn't he?
In the 90s, yeah.
Well, listen.
His album.
That's
I-
right.
I-
His
I-
album didn't come out
I
till
want to
2000.
tell you.
Yeah.
I want to tell you. Well, I have to tell y'all off the air on this one, but I want to say around about like 2000.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Life Jennings. Another one for me is October London.
Yeah, he branded.
Oh, yeah, he knew. I
He
forgot about that.
reminds me of a Marvin Gaye.
I'll tell you what. That's the first single he dropped. It was a Marvin Gaye tune type of. He
Sure
sounded
was.
just like him. But I'm gonna tell you what I learned as I listened to October. I knew he had more than that. You know, now he's starting to show who he really is on these songs. His personality is coming out, and I think that's great because I respect the fact that you can mimic somebody that's good.
He got that old soul.
Oh, so but find yourself in there and give us that, because that's what's gonna make you great. And I think he found himself. So yeah, October London is it right now. You know.
Yeah.
And I got one more. He's
that?
a white guy.
Who's that?
Ed Sheeran.
I don't know him.
Yeah, he's good. He got some songs. Now I don't consider him R&B though. Just honestly, I consider him more pop than R&B.
What about Ro James?
So let me ask you this. Neo, you would consider him R&B over
Yeah,
what? Pop is like popular artists,
pop. When I say pop, I mean
not like bubblegumish.
it's not. It's not 102. Not everyday
Yeah.
on
okay.
it.
Yeah.
What we listen to, our radio station.
Ro James is a good one.
Ro James, yeah, that was good. Jeremiah is also a good
Oh,
one.
yeah. Jeremiah.
Jeremiah had jams, and he's still on the scene a little bit. You know, he had Birthday Sex. Now the one that I like was Don't Tell Him. He used a lot of different kind of sample sounds and stuff. His tracks was original too. You know, going with his stuff. He had songs with Snoop Dogg, DJ Khaled, Lil Durk, The Game, Big Sean, Wale, Nelly, and a bunch of other people he done songs with. I'm sure those was, you know, him doing hooks or whatnot. So yeah, shout out for that. And then we got now this is Drake's boy, Party Next Door. He came out like in 2013. And I mean, he had a jam. You know what I'm saying? He dropped something hot. He had a song with Drake called Over Here, and that was on his first mixtape. But
his name was Party Next Door.
yeah, Party Next
I
Door.
don't know who that is.
Yeah, I gotta see.
Yeah, well, Drake just released the album with him
Yeah, they just
also
did an
on
album,
Valentine's Day. February 14th, him and Drake released the album together. But he does a lot of singing. You know, him and Drake fits perfect, actually, on songs together.
Okay.
Bryson Tiller was hot.
Yeah.
Bryson Tiller. So yeah, he
See,
was
a
on,
lot of these people, y'all forgot about. These
Yeah,
people,
I did.
Yeah.
He actually played on that show from that girl. What's her name? That show was real good too.
Yeah.
It was on HBO special.
The Shy.
Not the Shy. What's the? Oh, I can't think of her name right now. I'm having a brain for it right now.
What about The Weeknd?
Yeah, the
Oh
Weeknd.
yeah, the Weeknd.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a good one.
I like the Weeknd. Now he's a little more. What could I say?
Didn't he do a Super Bowl or something? He had some type of.
Yeah, he did.
Well, I'm thinking about one of his videos. He did.
Oh, yeah, kind of like
Where the car turned over and they got out the car. I think he was trying to get busy with the chicks in the car, and the car turned over, and then he got out the car. I don't remember the song, but I do remember a video. But every time I think about the Weeknd or I hear the Weeknd's name, I think about that video. Yeah. So yeah, Miguel, of course. I think.
Yeah, he came and went.
Well, you know,
ain't did nothing lately.
he jumped in the game at 14 years old.
Oh yeah.
You know, he introduced himself to the world with "Get Your Hands Up" in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think also, and I don't want to oversay this, but I think he may have something to do with production too on some of his stuff, because it's just something about when you're a solo artist and your music mesh a certain way, you can almost kind of tell that this person is producing some of this stuff, you know, because it's fitting like a glove. Like one person did it, but and if it's not, then they got a good team that understands who he is and the abilities that they have together. But that's Miguel, and it's a lot of other hot ones out there.
Hey, I want to mention one more, man. Since Fred did mention one Caucasian, I think this Caucasian dude is pretty hot, and he hot right now in my opinion. Teddy Swim,
Yeah,
he be jamming.
I take Teddy Swims.
Yeah.
I'll take Teddy Swims because he's soulful.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree, yeah.
He's soulful. He was on the Dre and Snoop album. Teddy Swims is on there, but you gotta get him. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, he is on there. So yeah, Teddy Swims definitely. But look, I'm gonna leave with this question. I'm gonna ask everybody, even on the panel and listeners, if you want to leave a comment. I'm going to ask a question, and I'm going to give my answer. And then I want everybody else to give their answer. Who is the king of R&B? R. Kelly.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree
Hands down, man.
I agree.
R. Kelly, hands down.
with Chris Brown
And-
and not too far behind.
No,
No.
don't do it.
No.
I said
I'm
not
gonna
too far
but let me
behind.
explain to you why.
Okay.
Why R. Kelly is the king of R&B. Because for one, this man writes the song, and if you listen to the song, it's professional writing. I mean, you can't put these words together as
Right.
well as this man can and sing them like this and produce the track. You done produced, and he got bangers, man. The man that wrote so many hits, over hundreds of songs that I consider R. Kelly did is a hit, even songs for other people. That's why he's the king of R&B.
You guys heard the debate this past week whether or not it was R. Kelly singing Chris Brown's Residual song.
You know
Yeah,
what,
I saw
man?
that. I saw that.
I think it was him. It sounded like him.
Sound like him?
And what he said, I think he
Yeah.
felt what he was singing.
That's what made me think it was him.
You can't make AI do that, bro.
You can't make AI
I'm
feel
sorry.
have feelings. You can't.
You just can't do it. I know you got AI that can take a voice and make it sound like, but singing like that,
Nah.
It sounded like
I
Kel.
think that was. I think that.
that sounded original, bro. I don't think there was no AI to it, you know. And then why would you AI the king of R&B in the first place, man? I want y'all to think about that. Tell me what y'all think. Holla back. So that's all, y'all, for this edition of Music Monday. Thanks for tuning in. Come back tomorrow and check out True Tuesday with K Money. Hit that like button, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook, The 52 Scott Podcast. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast.